Hey y'all, so this week we're talking about different leadership styles. I've been in a couple different leadership positions. I was the captain of my dance team when I was in high school, and I also was the president of my sorority when I was at Clemson. So I'm kind of going to deal with that the most, just because I had a lot of responsibility with that. So I think that's the easiest way for me to pull from and kind of talk about that. So for the most part, I would say I was a free reign leader. We were all in college. I wasn't about making it like a business like a lot of people wanted to. So as far as that was concerned, I very much kind of let things happen. I, delegated things to everybody. And I more or less just like made sure that all the different parts of the sorority were working together and not as much like made decisions and stuff like that, which I think is really important. Everybody kind of has their own role, and I think it's important that they stick to that. And it helps you not get overwhelmed as the leader too. So I think that's really important. I think the only time that I would say that I am more autocratic would be like in a position. So like since with all this COVID stuff going on, I've been teaching one of my boss's kid. So I guess you could say I'm kind of in the leadership position with that. But he's younger, so I kind of have to dictate what he does, as far as like making sure all the lesson is done and like kind of all of that stuff. So I would say I'm more autocratic in that way, just because of the circumstances. I very much think it changes for every situation and every circumstance though, and I think depending on that depends on exactly what type of leader you'll be and what kind of traits you'll have. I also think that depending on the situation, even within that environment, it can be different. So like if there's something wrong or if something happens or if something's like not working right. So in the case of my sorority, if one other position wasn't working well with another position and it was supposed to, then I would probably kind of maybe be a little more autocratic, as in like, hey, this is what you need to do to make it work, that kind of thing, but not in the sense of, hey, this is what you need to do, this is what needs to be done on this time, this date, all of that stuff. So I think it's more like situational, and kind of depends on a bunch of different things, but that's kind of how I am as a leader. Bye y'all.